Hi friends, and welcome to Newfangled Foods. My name's Angela, and I'm here to share with you one of my all-time favorite appetizers, the cool and creamy spinach dip. I remember growing up with this dip on the table of every holiday, party, and get-together. But since hitting the plant-based road, I knew it was going to be a challenge bringing this creamy concoction back into my life. And so the trials began. I didn't want to use any pre-made sauces or soup packets, nor I'm looking at you. So it was an exercise of building texture and flavor and getting this dip to match exactly what I remember the original to be. Now the key to this dip is the homemade cashew sour cream. Now I want to warn you, this should not be substituted for any store-bought sour creams or any other sour creamy concoction recipes you might have lying around. Trust me, use this one as is. Now let's begin, shall we? First, start by making your all-important sour cream base. Do this by combining in a high-speed blender 1.5 cups of raw, unsalted cashews, 1 cup of unsweetened plain soy milk. Ideally, this would contain only 2 ingredients, soybeans and filtered water. 1/4 cup of lemon juice, fresh is always best.
1/4 cup of refined coconut oil,
2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar, and a generous pinch of salt. Slowly start your blender on low to begin breaking down the cashews, and then increase the speed until you have a thick and creamy mixture and the grainy texture has disappeared. This may take a few minutes and some coercing with your tamper, but you'll get there. Alternatively, if you don't have a high-speed blender, you can start by soaking your cashews in water overnight before making your sour cream. This will help soften them and will break down easier in your blender. Just be sure to drain off the soaking liquid before adding them to the other ingredients. You can store this sour cream in the fridge for up to 2 days ahead of time so that you have a jump start on the prep ahead. Once you're ready to make the rest of your dip, go ahead and to a large bowl, combine 2 teaspoons of granulated garlic, 1.5 teaspoons of granulated onion, 1 small carrot, grated,
1/4 cup of yellow onion, grated,
1.5 teaspoons salt, 1 teaspoon dried parsley, 1 tablespoon of dried minced onion, 1 can of water chestnuts, drained and chopped, 4 green onions, chopped, your sour cream mixture, and 1 cup of vegan mayonnaise.
Then stir to combine. Once mixed, add 8 to 12 ounces of fresh baby spinach, chopped, and definitely don't use the frozen stuff here. Stir once again to combine the mixture and taste for seasonings, but really, it should be perfect. Cover and let this sit in the fridge for a few hours to really let the flavors combine.
Meanwhile, you can prep your dippers. Now let's be real, I really only want to dip thick and chewy chunks of crusty French bread into this dip. I've prepped fresh veg and crudité in the past, and it got shoved aside the second the bread entered the scene. This dip brings me back to all the awkward family gatherings where we didn't see too many unique dishes on the table. But who cares? All I needed was this one. No party was complete without it. So even today, this is my classic go-to dip that gets devoured every single time. So go ahead and give it a try. It isn't that much harder than the original, tastes loads fresher with fresh spinach instead of that slimy, gross frozen stuff, and honestly, tastes like you actually use that classic Norris soup packet. Woohoo! Thanks for joining me today as I whipped up one of the most classic appetizers you can find. Now, nobody will be able to tell that this is plant-based or vegan unless you tell them ahead of time to keep them away. This is a tactic I've used in the past, but shh, don't tell. So please, like this video and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next delicious creation. I can't wait for you to join me and see what we whip up next. So go on, get hungry, and I'll see you in the next one.